Good morning, Dreamforce. Hope everyone had a great time at the concert last night. Thank you, the few, the proud, who got up this morning and came for a second-day keynote that I promise you is going to have even more substantial news and a very surprised guest before Mark comes out that I am not even going to attempt to introduce. But I'm here this morning now with Michael Krigsman, a regular thought leadership contributor out on the blogs through Enterprise Irregulars, a writer for IDC, but also president of Assurit. Now, some of Michael's perspective may be revealed by the fact that his regular blog is entitled, Michael, I believe, IT Failures?
IT Project Failures.
And you know, it's just one of those things where every time I talk to a CIO, I say, I will never insult you by using the word easy or the word simple for what you do, because anytime we make something more straightforward, the expectations just rise. And Michael, right now, one of the expectations that's paramount in people's minds is, get me some social CRM, get me a social tool in my network. You did a blog post just recently on what you think are the 3 biggest structural challenges for someone that they should fully recognize before they embark on a project like that. Can we talk about some of those?
Sure. Let's start with just taking a simple pill. No. We need to start with a strategy. Why are you doing it? What are your goals? What are your plans? What are you trying to get out of it? Number 2, we all want technology to save us. But it's not about technology. It's not about simple mechanisms. And then number 3 is the culture. If you're going to become involved with social anything, with collaboration, it's a matter of people working together and throwing a new tool into the mix without making that tool delightful and making it useful and making people want to come together and live there. Well, it won't work.
So virality is all well and good, but what I hear you saying is that the people who are enabling things to happen should have some idea of what it is that they want to happen, create the appropriate incentives. For example, I know that within a week of our turning on Chatter, Mark Benioff was posting updates to people saying, I notice you're not following your accounts. Is there something that you don't understand about the tool? Is that the kind of cultural drive that you're talking about where management makes it clear they know why the tool is there?
It's not just management. Yes, management absolutely has to know why they're introducing this new tool. But the people on the ground, the people doing the work, they have to find benefit. Why are you doing this? Why do we have this new technology? Is it because it's fun, because it's cool, because we see everybody's using Twitter? Or is there some actual reason?
So you don't want a social networking plan. You want a business process acceleration plan, or you want a collaboration plan. You want to have a business outcome in mind, and then the technology becomes enabler for that.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to start with what is your business? Right. What are you doing? That's where you begin.
Fantastic, Michael. Michael Krigsman, regular writer for Enterprise Irregulars, president of Assurit Incorporated. Michael, thanks for being with us for Dreamforce. My next guest this morning is Barry Newman, CIO of Saveology. My wife would say that Saveology is the kind of company that makes the internet worth the trouble of having it, because what you guys do is lubricate the market, create genuinely efficient markets in areas where consumers, I think, in the past have felt that the burden of research and of getting the choice that they really want is really difficult. Is that what Saveology is all about?
It's true. We're all about comparison shopping for home services, TV, phone, internet, and bringing that experience together for the customer. Having a consistent user experience is very important. That's what Salesforce has helped driven us to do.
So I guess for you guys, talking about a customer-facing offering is completely redundant, because that's what you do. You deal with customers who come in on the internet. They expect telephone accessibility. They expect live chat support. What's the technology that you've contributed, and how have we been able to complement that to build something that really works for you?
So as I mentioned, a customer experience is key, and having a consistent message both on the sales side and the customer service side has been really important. So what we've done is we've implemented Flow in our call center so that our agents have a consistent message to the customer and it's a consistent user experience. On the customer service side, we represent our partners during the sales process, so it's important that they have a consistent message as well, and the Service Cloud 2.0 is really going to help us blow out our efficiencies on our call center side and have that message to the customer, both from the consistent messaging of the scripting as well as a knowledge application that's built in as well.
So what I hear you saying is that you've built truly scalable processes with a high degree of automation, a lot of consistency and reproducibility. Are there visual development tools that you've been using that have made it possible to build that kind of thing in a much more iterative manner?
Absolutely. With the Flow Designer for Salesforce, That has all been a business-driven process for scripting processes, things like that. On the back-end side, the scripting messaging, everything we do around our call center agent console, because Salesforce is just a drag-and-drop interface for our lead management, everything's done by the business, and it's really been helpful.
So the visual process manager has been a really important enabler for getting that platform into a business role that really does what Saveology needs.
Absolutely. It's allowed IT to be more proactive rather than reactive and focus on strategic initiatives rather than the day-to-day management of overall business.
Barry, that's outstanding. Thanks for being with us for Dreamforce. I hope we live up to your expectations with the second day keynote. Thank you, Barry. Barry Newman, CIO of Saveology. And my third guest, before we get back to the band, which is what you really want to hear, I'm sure, is Scott Etzler, President and CEO of Intercall. Scott, Intercall is a company whose card I literally keep in my wallet. Anytime I need to set up a conference call, the Intercall number is what I use to set it up. So thank you for being part of what makes it possible for me to be wherever I need to be and still talk to the people I need to talk to. I know that what you've done has been to build what I believe you've described as a common API layer throughout Intercall that really lubricates your process of getting the applications you need in front of the people who need to be using them. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Certainly. But first, I just want to tell you how pleased I am to be here. You think about it. You got Mark Benioff, you got will.i.am, you've got Stevie Wonder, you've got you. I mean, it's just thrilling. Anyway, Intercall, as you know, is the largest communication company in terms of collaboration, unified communication. And we have taken a company that, very similar to Salesforce.com, I arrived about 12 years ago. It was a $50 million company, did simply operator-assisted communications, taking that all the way through now to a unified communication solution. We use Salesforce.com with our many acquisitions to make sure that our legacy systems, our sales folks, whether they're in Chicago, whether they're in Paris, whether they're in southern Indiana, can be able to communicate and have our customers totally become comfortable and receive great care from Salesforce.
Now, Scott, I've seen some real quantifiable outcomes here. For example, I believe you've said that your inside sales reps now are able to go from maybe 4 hours a day of active selling on the phone to 6 hours, an actual 50% increase in what they're able to get done in the course of a day. Is that the kind of measurable outcome that a CIO needs to be able to show when you're adopting innovative technologies like these?
Well, that's certainly one of them. You need to look at how the business is doing, but you need to see how hard the administration is to this service. Salesforce is really, really easy to use, really easy to understand, whether you're the sales rep all the way through to the president of the company.
Fantastic. So one of the companies that's connecting the world is also connecting with its developers and its customers. And we're going to get back to the band now for a brief break before our last handful of very select and distinguished guests. Scott Etzler with Intercall, thanks for being with us.
Great.